Vincent Jackson, Logan Mankin, Jack Smith, and Major Wright. Major Wright's hamstring's getting better. You know how the hamstring injuries are. Jack in the ankle, kind of see how it goes. Wasn't able to do anything today. Logan Mankin just kept him out vet day. And Vincent Jackson continues to be a little bit better. Beyond that, some of the players that are on the injured list, Will Golson was able to practice on a limited basis, as was Tony McDaniel, and Austin Safarian Jenkins continues to make progress each day. In an ideal world, we get in a position where we have everybody available and you have tough decisions to make on game day on who will be active. Getting a little bit closer to that. Giants leading their division, New York Giants, so you know what that entails. You know what type of team, what type of effort we're going to get. Hard-fought game. For us to have an opportunity to win, it's 2 games in a row, and then just to play another good game at home. So a lot of things on the line this week. Can't wait to play.
Coach, last week we talked a little bit about turning points. Did you see that from your team this past week, the competitive fire they played with, and maybe even how Jameis's pregame speech and the way he led during the game helped contribute to that?
Well, pregame speeches, I think they can only go so far. But what you follow when you see someone by his play. And that's what Jameis is doing as much as anything. I think as a quarterback, you get in a situation where it's tie or you're behind and you need to go on a drive. And for our team to see Jameis lead us on that did an awful lot. But we've talked about him moving more and more into that role. It's a quarterback. Every quarterback on every team has to be one of the primary leaders, and we're seeing that. And for our football team, just to have to fight through adversity. There's one thing to fight through adversity, but to fight through adversity and win the game gives you a lot of confidence. But it just, Bucs just made this game that much more important.
Lovie, with DeMar Johnson coming back from his injury eligible return, how aware are you of the continuity of the offensive line that you just highlighted?
How aware am I of our offensive line? Is that what you're asking? The head football coach. Try to be aware of it as much as possible. The continuity, that's important, but Rick, it's always about, the best guys you think help you win. Now, if that's the same ones that you had along, great. But you make those decisions when we look at the available guys, and then we make decisions based on that continuity. That's a part of it, but not the biggest part.
Lovie, what have the players shown you in the way they've rallied around the lawn?
I think, Catherine, they just showed what, you kind of know a little bit that it is a close-knit group, but sometimes that's kind of understood, but you have to go through, be in situations, circumstances like this for you to really see it. And I think as much as anything, when guys, football players don't let their true emotions come out an awful lot. That's kind of against the code of being a football player, but in tough times they do. That's good to see.
Lovie, in as much as you've said before, football starts in November. This is the time when teams begin to separate a little bit. The fact that in your last 3 weeks, you've played probably your best football, the lead notwithstanding in Washington, winning 2 out of 3, is that sort of you're hitting your stride at the right time if you can continue this?
Rick, you've been around ball a long time. This is when good football teams start elevating, start trending upward. And we have played. I've seen our team. Our team is doing that, and we need to. And there's no reason for us not to talk about some of the players we're getting back to. But yes, that's the way you want to set it up. You want to play your best ball first game of the year, but you want to peak at a certain time. And traditionally, this is when good teams really start showing that weekly.
Coach, you've seen a lot of rookies. Obviously, the group that you have here has contributed early and often. Has it been the most impressive in your eyes as a head coach?
It doesn't happen an awful lot where you're relying on this many rookies. And Gardner, half full, half empty, how you look at that. Of course, me being half full, I just like the crop. And far as we are into the season, that rookie label, can't really use that an awful lot. We have some young players, though, that are taking advantage of opportunities that they're getting. Talented young players that are taking advantage of it, and we expect them, we put them on the field to play like a 10-year vet.
Love, you starting to get out of Charles Sims, kind of what you envisioned getting out of him as a kind of dual threat player, as a runner?
Yes, we are, and you know, we've talked about needing more than one running back. We have a great number one running back in Doug Martin, but you know, we don't want Doug to carry it and to play a 60-play game. We don't want him to get, offensive plays. We don't want him to take a ball. You need someone to come in. So yes, Charles has been what we wanted him to do. Relief, help. We talked about him catching the ball a lot of backfield and third down, different things like that. But he's been a good first, second down running back. Pleased with what he's done also.
When Austin Sperry-Jenkins is able to come back, just what kind of dynamic did that add to this offense?
Just kind of look at how he played before he went down with the injury. He's gonna be a great player in the league. Really believe that. So to be able to add another dimension to our offense like him, we can't wait for it to happen. And we're getting closer to it happening.
Is he able to do a little bit more right now this week in practice compared to last? Last week was his first week he can get on the field.
Well, and believe me, I'm not trying to run away from your question, but every day he's gotten better and better, which we expect. Well, he'll be ready this week or not, don't know that yet, but you know, we had pads on today. We have seen progress daily from him, and I know he's feeling more and more confident with coming back on the football field. But keep in mind, last Monday, a week ago Monday, he told me he was ready 100% for that. Of course, that wasn't the case, so we'll see.
Coach, I know Dante Dye is a guy that's been impressive since I dropped my phone, but since you know, even rookie minicamp, and but it really hasn't translated to the games yet. Do you think he's on the verge of maybe making more of an impact? He did have the touchdown catch at Washington, but
yeah, that's where I'm going to go back. I think he has made an impact, and you know, we didn't bring him in to be Vincent Jackson right away, or Mike Evans right away, anything like that. We brought him in a supportive role. That's what he's done. That's what he's done. And when we called on him, he's answered the bell for the most part, whether it be special teams or whatever. So I'm very pleased with what he's done, and we'll continue to do more with him.
Lovie, obviously we don't know whether he'll play Sunday or not, but what did Jason Pierre-Paul add to their defense and the threat he brings as a pass rusher?
He's one of the best defensive players in the game when healthy. So what does he bring? A force. Every defense needs a true bell cow, and just about any team he would go on, that would be the case. So he's gonna, rusher, talking about pass, great rusher, big guy to play the run. So he brings quite a bit. They're a better team. They're definitely a better defense with him on the football field.
What's it like putting on the film and seeing the team throw 6? I know the other team threw 7, but seeing Eli throw 6 touchdowns, are they that explosive? Can they turn it on at any time?
Yes, I talked about Eli earlier in the week. Been a big fan of his since he came in the league. He's got 2 Super Bowls, but he's a steady, good football player. Some would say, you could even say great. Good probably isn't strong enough for what he's done. So to have great players have games like that. When they're on top of their game, he's never rattled. He's seen it all. We've had an opportunity to compete against him a lot of times. So we know what we're getting. We're going to be on top of our game. Be a big challenge for our defense, whether it be the front rushing, of course, or the coverage part. It's a potent pass and attack coming in here, and we need to play our best ball.
Anything else?